Welcome back to Angels and Bobs, and yes, let's start by well, it's time to fix the problem I had in the last episode. First of all, let's fix this ore problem. One of the things we can actually make now is, and one of the early pieces of research is the metal mixing furnace. So let's see if we can actually fix it with that. So if I just temporarily send stuff this way, again, it's really temporary, but that's fine. So let's say if we have something, say here, and so we want those, and then we're going to have to go inside out rather than outside in on this one, just because of the way things are set up. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to go with half a belt to start, half a belt for the ores and half a belt for the coal, and we'll figure it out from there. So on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing and give it a gap and do the same thing. All right. And we'll just do the same. Well, let's just actually take that one out and then put it back on the other side. And you may be wondering, how does this solve the problem? Because the problem is it's got mixed ores. So let's just bring this over here for a second. I'm just going to do something like that. So yeah, we're going to have the ores all coming over here. What's going on? So these mixed metal. I've got the Minecraft block on the brain. Metal mixing furnace has a good feature. It lets you select the recipe. And solder plate, rubber, etc. Metallurgy, angels. We can select the iron plate from iron ore. And if you can do that, and it's fixed to that thing, we can also say on this side, well, you choose the copper plate. The other recipe, by the way, is the one from the crushed stereotype. So we don't want that one. We want the one from copper ore. So that works as well. So if I then copy them down, we'll get them going to either side. They'll get picked up by the inserters, of which we can make quite a few now. So with the inserters, and I'm also going to make some transport belt, we're just going to pull off this line, and the copper should go this way, the iron should go this way, and then it should go back onto the outside to where more belt is waiting. So if we just grab a few of these, something like that. And obviously we should get an iron line here and a copper line on the other side. Now, if this needs a little bit more, what we could do is just have two belts in the middle and then have long-handed inserters, grab, coal and ore on the opposite belts. But yeah, let's start off with this and let's see how far we get. So I'm just going to reclaim a lot of this belt because we're getting, let's see what we're actually getting over here. Yeah, this is blocked at the moment because this isn't running. Once it starts running, we're going to need something to take the slag. Are you already set up to take slag? You are. Good. So any slag that gets put on here, hopefully will get dragged off there. If it doesn't, then we can always, fix it. So let's just start these up. And this is boxing some spare ores. In fact, I don't need this anymore. I was going to do something fancy with filter inserters, but since we can't get filter inserters, yeah, we don't need to do that. And let's just take that off there as well. Now we should be able to join this up. And put in some of these. Bit of a race against time while those are coming in, but okay. Let's just go here, here, and here. Ah, did I run out? I did run out. Okay. And it's queued up behind everything else. All right, that should be fine anyway. They are now feeding off into copper, and they're feeding off into iron. Problem solved, at least with this initial setup. And we'll see whether slag gets through. Presumably it won't until this is actually all full. It's fast enough for that not to happen. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just keep an eye on it. And over here, where are we with making stuff? It's still making inserters. Fine. So there is some cases whereby it can't produce those. Is that just because this is the maximum it will do? It looks that way, doesn't it? So if we just say put these on the other side, and we'll do it this side as well. Yeah, like that. Once we have the things with us. And we're going to need more poles, aren't we? More, which needs more iron plate. Luckily, I have enough iron plate right now. So we can just grab more poles. And let me just cancel... Oh, it's alright, it's making belt. I'll need belt as well. I'll just go and finish this up and we'll come back once that's a bit better. And there's the electronics assembly machine research. I've just finished off the bio greenhouse one. It's at the bottom. Biofarm. So we'll be able to make wood. And that's what we're going to need for some of the other, at least for the circuit boards. This input here needs wood. And I'm not going to run around and chop wood all day. So we need that kind of thing before we move on to these more complex bits that I failed utterly at last episode. And actually, that's not much in there. We could just put the stuff on the belt, I suppose. Doesn't really matter where, because it's going to get only half a belt anyway. So let's just drop all of that. There we go. And same thing with copper. So yeah, I think I'm going to set up this first setup here just to replace these. We're going to actually go from slag using this to crushed stone. Crushed stone is going to go to, let me just grab some inserters. I'm going to need some more iron plate, I think. Crushed stone is going to go to regular stone, and stone is then going to be fed into stone bricks. In fact, that's not that. It's a furnace I want. You could start off with one of those. Like that, and then just start up the power. Same thing up here in case we need to box it at the top, which is fine, although I think I'm bringing out of wood. And I need some more inserters, so I need to go and grab some more iron. And because we're not using the iron for the research, I can grab that. Is there anything else I want? Yeah, all this is green science. So we can take the nanobot speed. Not too bothered about it, but let's take basic fluid handling. We get the pipes that way. Let's grab all of you. And all of you. And then hopefully I can make some more. Yeah. So we're going to reproduce this entire setup, although probably more compactly once I figure out how to compact all of this up there at the top of the screen. And then we'll have another source of iron and copper, which will probably feed into this here, and then this will again feed into this half belt, where the other half is now coming across all the way over from the coal. So these are auto feeding, everything else isn't yet. Of course, we do want to upgrade these to not burner, but well, something else pretty soon. We can make these already, so I guess we can upgrade those, and that stops them from needing coal. Very good. We're probably going to need the same thing for labs, but I'm not sure if we can make those yet. Can we make lab? Yeah, we can, but we need basic electronic boards to do it. Okay, fine. The burner lab it is. We'll deal with that for now. Okay, so I'm going to go away and deal with this setup up there at the top. I'll do that off camera. And then let me just put in these couple of inserters. And drop in some coal. There we go. Hopefully that's going to be faster than this. We'll see how much that builds up or gets removed. As you can see, it looks to be fairly static at the moment, but you know, we'll see once it goes for a while. Okay, so we've got that setup going now. Excuse me. We've got the copper all running down into our ore sorter, which is set up slightly differently, but it does the same job. All that lovely ores come down here and into our little tiny furnace setup, which is being broken up into iron copper. Copper is actually building up. We're not actually using it that much. Iron does tend to be used up a little bit more. And then I've had to do the same thing again with bobmonium. So just bear in mind that you probably want to do this on each patch of ore that you have to get started. So from each of these we get different products. We know from this factory and from this facility we're going to get iron and copper. Bobmonium gives us something entirely different. It gives us tin, and we were previously just burning it to actually get the tin and nothing else. However, if you do resist the temptation to do that, you'll also get silicon ore. And see what I'm missing. I'm missing another inserter. Let's put that in. Which makes glass when it's actually smelted. So again, we're using these metal mixing furnaces to select the recipe so that these inserters can only insert the correct thing to the metal mixing furnace. And the same thing here, we're just actually feeding the crushed stone into a assembly machine into this, which actually no, that shouldn't be going there. What am I? That's wrong. That should be going that way. Assuming it didn't have anything on the end of it. Let's just place that back down again. Yeah, so we got a factory making stone, and I guess I could, if this is fast enough, I could even get rid of this one now, I think. That makes more sense. However, we do have some stone here that we can reuse. So yeah, I may tidy that up between the episodes. However, we are getting tin plate and glass, and there's a few things that we can actually make with glass. One of the research is for greenhouses, which gets us further towards making wood, and I'm going to need lots of iron for this. So let's just take the back stock of iron from that box, and let's make a biofarm. And we'll work backwards. It takes seedlings and grows them into trees. Okay, and let's make a few of these as well. We need to make seeds first of all, and I think they need water and something else. Do I have an offshore pump yet? I thought I'd made one. I don't want that. That's a regular pump. Offshore pump? I really thought I'd made one. No, never mind. What else can we research while that's going? Basic chemistry? Maybe, but that's then you're going to need the BEBs, the BEBs, the basic electronic boards. It's going to need some of the other things are alright. Liquefier, basic circuit board. Yeah. Let's see what that actually does for us. So here we have our bio nursery. We can choose to make seeds or seedlings. Seeds needs raw wood, and I guess we're going to have to create a setup that loops back on itself to feed the raw wood from the end back to the start to keep things going with some starter, wood. So there we go. We can select that. The next one along, there's the water input. So I guess we're going to have to make some stone pipes, I want to say. We can make them out of iron and copper as well, and wood, but we got plenty of stone bricks. Let's just have a quick look up here. It should all be going to this side of things. Yeah, so I got 800 stone bricks. Okay, we've got plenty of bricks for pipe. No real problem. Let's just grab, I don't know, maybe 10 and 5. Yeah. It is going to pocket craft everything, so that's going to take a little while. So yeah, we've got a feed in water, we've got a feed in wood, and I've got 20 raw wood to start it. And it's going to produce seeds. Okay, and do I have another one of those built yet? No, it's still building the bio farm. Okay. That should be finished pretty soon, though. So soon I've got another one. In fact, we'll just change the recipe to see what the next one needs. So that needs 20 seeds and, again, water. So I guess we're piping a lot of this water from over here. There's the bio farm. Wow, that's huge. And slightly amazing at the same time. Let's just pop that down. And this makes raw wood from seedlings and water. So it just looks like we just need lots and lots of water to all of these. And, of course, probably power. Let's just grab you. Not sure how many to how many of these. So this makes okay, so it takes 400 seconds to make the raw wood. So that's going to take a while. It takes up 20 seedlings. All right, so this one that is 200 seconds to make 40 seedlings. Is this 40 again? No, 20. So is this 1-to-1? I guess that is 1-to-1. Yeah, okay. And then the seed, does that only make 40 seed? This takes 20 seed. Okay, so maybe we can make a lot more seeds. Fine, let's get started with this then. Let's just cancel that. I just wanted a few extra, just to make sure. Why are we making iron pipes? Oh, it's for the offshore pump. Never mind. Happy to take that. He does also mention about fertilizer. Do we have access to anything for fertilizing? Needs fertilizer to fertilize the soil. That needs sulfur, ash, and nitrogen gas. And the fertilizer tech. There's no way I'm going to have that. Not a chance. Okay, at least not yet. We'll get there eventually. So, offshore pump. Same as the vanilla one. Looks a lot cooler. Yeah, I like that. And then we're just going to feed the water out over here and then probably rotate these around. So let's put these fairly close, actually. We'll get another pump later for something like the steam setup. Okay, so where is our stone pipe? And we're going to need some power, so let's feed some over here. That should do. Okay, you're going to make seeds. And let's give it some wood to start off with, shall we? Wow, that's slow. Okay, so later we're going to want either speed or productivity, perhaps. Depends. We'll have to judge that as we go. So this is going to be the next one along. I'm going to fast one into the other. This one makes 40, so I guess it can... is it 40 seeds? Yeah, 40 seeds in how many seconds? 100. This needs 20 seeds every 200. So we can get 4 of these powered from one of these. But I don't need 4 for now, I guess. I'm going to have to arrange this differently if we're going to do 4. Let's just get it down and we'll see. I'll adjust the rates later. So there we go. You're going to do seedlings. You are doing seeds. Did you use up on my... Oh, it refunded me the wood. And then we're going to feed one into the other. Assume it works there, but let's just put it a bit closer. Yeah, that should do. And let's just, for the moment, leave it 1 to 1 to 1. We'll correct it later. There we go. And where's the... There we go. All right, so we need one more inserter. Or do we, actually? This is producing seedlings. Is it this that takes the seedlings? Yes, it is. So we don't need that. We need this thing. It's huge. How... Does this even need water? How to put it down. It still needs water as well. Where's its water input? It doesn't show a water input. Okay, then let's try and connect this up somehow. Maybe like that. I'm going to have to get rid of that. Let's get rid of that and feed it this way, hopefully. Get rid of you as well. All right, and then feed this around. Oh, it connects through the biofarm. All right, so it doesn't seem like I can actually do anything with that as far as getting the water in. So I'm going to assume it's going to be here, and then maybe wood comes out of it, or is it this kind of loader? We'll see. Let's grab the stone pipe. Will you connect anywhere? Well, maybe I need to select the recipe first. Ah, that helps. Helps if I don't get it completely wrong. Yeah, there we go. Let's just send that up here for this then. And feed them in. Okay, so this is going to produce wood. It doesn't say where from, so I assume it's not going to automatically output it. It really looks like it should output here. Anyway, we can just box it. No need to put anything special down, just put it in a box for now. And then what we're going to have to do is feed things back around and feed it back in here. In fact, that's probably a better idea, actually. Have we got enough belt? We don't. But we're going to head this way. And we'll put it down that way. Then have, inserted there. That should work just fine. I think. Yeah, it should loop back on itself. How quickly that happens is something else. It's already got the first load of seeds. Yeah. And it's going to make the first lot of seedlings from those 20 seeds. That's going to make 40 seedlings. This is going to turn around and make 2 lots of this, 40 raw wood. So yes, it will actually self-perpetuate because I started off with like 20 wood. So that's a nice greenhouse build done. I guess I should make the rest of that belt, so I'll just pocket craft that while we take a quick look. How's our fuel situation going? Because we still have a few burner assembly machines. That's really annoying me, but I don't have the resources just yet to just blanket replace everything, because we want to get across to something else. And we should look at the research, actually. What can we do now? So coal processing means we can get carbon. Let me look at that carbon recipe again. I'm almost sure we can use those liquefiers. We just... liquefiers... yeah, I'm almost sure we can do that. Let me just actually make one of them, and let's see what the recipes let us do. Because if we can get coke to carbon, we can then go into this whole setup over here about basic electronic boards. So, let's see what this... Excuse me. Wind today. This is going to give me, hopefully, something to work with. Let's just pop this down. Carbon dioxide. Okay, with coal. And was it carbon dioxide we needed for carbon? Let's take a quick look. Carbon. Yeah, we needed carbon dioxide and we needed coke. Coke we can get from crushed coal, which we have plenty of, in, well, pretty much anything. We just have to put it through a crusher and then into a furnace. So we can combine those two to get carbon. And carbon, in turn, can then be used to make the basic electronic components with tinned copper wire. So over here, where are we? So here's this. This is what we need to feed the carbon dioxide into. So let me just go and grab that liquefier. And we're going to need to get a feed of coal. Probably going to bring it off here and then down for now. I probably should replace these with electric units now. That's quite straightforward. But we only have these two little tiny burner turbine generators. They seem to be doing okay, but the more of these I add, the worse it's going to actually get. So, you know, we just have to keep that in our minds. Yeah, so we're going to need, first of all, let's get some splitter and let's get some more belt. Because I've got most of the belt over here. And we're going to feed coal this way. Something like that. It's very, very spaghetti, I know. And unfortunately with Angel and Bod, I don't see that changing. It's sort of said, a lot of advice is just forget the main bus. You can put things in the main bus, and we will certainly be doing that at some point once we get out of this introductory factory stage, just to get to some decent resources, and then we'll sort out, you know, a sort of better setup. But even so, there's that many subcomponents. It's like an expert pack in Minecraft. There's that many subcomponents that it's just, yeah, just don't worry about it too much. We'll figure it out as we go once we get to bots. Speaking of which, I did make the nano emitter, which is like the bot gun, and some bots down here. So if I have something in my inventory and I start using the blueprint tool, they will start happily processing that just fine. So that liquefier makes the carbon dioxide. Let's just put it down again. Let's see what it said. So I'll just feed it coal. Okay, and carbon dioxide comes out. I assume that's okay to go in a regular pipe, but we're about to find out if not. You need carbon, so we need another machine to make the carbon. Let's put it there, say. And carbon. Is that not in there? What do I make carbon? Is it just in a furnace? Oh, it's in a liquefier as well. Okay. Can I just feed one into the other? But I don't have the recipe for that. Hang on. Carbon. Liquefier. Technology. Coal processing. Am I missing coal processing? It's entirely possible. Yes, let's do that recipe, shall we? So we're going to need another liquefier. And let's quickly check on the recipe. So this one takes 1 coal and outputs 50 carbon dioxide in 2 seconds. So 25 carbon dioxide a second. And what's the recipe in here? Carbon. Oh, okay, so this ratio is going to be horrible. 2 seconds, 35 carbon dioxide. So as long as I'm willing to let it pile back up, there's no problem there. I just put 1 to 1 and forget about the rest. It's cheap enough. And then we get the coke. So the coke is going to come from crushing coal. All right, so let's just grab that for a second. Grab you. And I am actually going to want a machine there, aren't I? Carbon. Not carbon, crush coal. I need the crusher. Where's the crusher gone? There we go. Let's make the crusher. Coal processing is halfway done. That's fine. And here comes the crusher. One more. There we go. So let's just crush all of you. Well, not all, but let's just start it up crushing coal, which I probably need this coal processing for as well. Let's cut to when that's done. Now that that's done, I've got a new tab, petrochemical refining. I can choose crush coal. It's happy to do that. And we're just going to feed in some power. And bring in crush coal out the other side. Good. So now we want 2 of these. And that should do it, maybe? Well, that's in the wrong place. That'll do. Okay, so this one is going to make carbon. This one is going to make carbon dioxide. So you just want coal. You want coke. So we're going to need another splitter. Which I'm out of iron plate. Not anymore. Another splitter, please. So we need 1 feed going off down here and then feeding in. So we're going to need another couple more inserters. And then the other feed can come across from here. What did you need again? Whoops. Coke. All right. Is that just made in a regular factory? Or is that just the furnace recipe? I think it's just a furnace, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're going to want a furnace and then pass that through. So let's bring those back. Good spacing. All right, furnace starts up. It's going to feed in crushed coal. It doesn't have actual coal, so that's something we probably want to set up right. So if I put, let's say here, and if we go down past this building, what I can probably do is put the coal this way and then feed it into both of those. And I'm out of belt. So we can then grab, you know, coal into here and into here at the same time, keep this fed, which is pretty much ideal. They're good. They're the nanobots, by the way. If you wonder what that was, let's just pop in a couple of you. And this should be everything we need for the burner assembling machine for the basic electronic components. So we need tin copper wire. Tin copper wire is going to come from tin plate and copper cable. So I'm going to need to feed, you know, copper cable. We've got copper cable there. So we need plate from somewhere. I guess I can put it in a box for now. Now we have got it elsewhere, so I can just, do I have any available? Yeah, I do. Pop that in there. Pop that in. And again, going to be a bit short, but the bots should put that down just fine. So yeah, tin plate. Tin plate is going to go in there, combine with this, which you're going to have to get another inserter for. Put those together. Then these two together. Where does it need? What's the next stage? Is that just the last stage? I think it's these and those. What do we need for basic? There we go. Basic circuit board? No, I need the basic electronic board. Do I need another electronics research? Let's just have a look. Nope, that's advanced electronics. Maybe I can't pocket craft it. Maybe it needs to be in one of these. Let's take a look. Basic. Yeah, there we go. Basic circuit board. No, I need the basic electronic board. It was in the level 2 version, wasn't it? I do remember now in the last episode I did mention something along those lines. And that's just triggered my memory. So, let's get this sorted now that everything's done. I'm just going to need another couple of pieces of power. There we go. That should do. So that's now making carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is going into this. I do like that animation. That's pretty cool. That's making carbon now automatically. The carbon is going to make these. However, they do need another inserter going that way. And that in turn needs copper cable going this way, which in turn needs copper cable coming off here. Actually, I can just loop this back around. Like that. Feed it in and put some power down. And then we can just turn this off, or actually move it to, we can put it like here or something. Do something like that. And if the copper cable factory doesn't need it, then we'll box it back up again. Cool. All right, they're going to need power. For now, I'm just going to put these in. Are we getting everything going? We're certainly up to this stage. Which means we're probably up to this stage, so I can probably get those boxed. And is that it? That's it for now, anyway. I think we're going to have to wait till the next episode to finish the recipes. Yeah, there it is. For some reason, such doesn't work with basic. And now it does. I don't know. I don't know why. So yeah, all we need is the basic circuit boards, basic electronic components, and solder. And solder is probably going to be tin and lead if it's anything like real life. Solder plate and resin. That's not how... Right. Solder plate is tin and lead. Okay. Resin as in rosin if you're used to actual soldering. Resin is from raw wood. Okay, so there's a few more bits and pieces, but nothing too excessive now. We've got everything pretty much handled. I am going to have to move all of this, of course, but let's see how our greenhouse is doing just before we leave. As you can see, it's already getting pretty nasty, and it just gets worse and worse. But that's part of the course. That's what we expect with Angels and Bobs. Yeah, and my nanobots are actually placing stuff. Haha! I need more belts. Every time they spot a belt they need to put down, they're just going to do that. So... it's now at 40, so we should make a couple of inserters. Let me just cancel these belts temporarily, make the inserters, and then that should feed back around and start the whole process anew. And what we probably have to do is, I don't know, I'll take this past and then box it, or I'll send it somewhere back over here to make that in particular. It's like the process planks. Okay, there we go. It's just going to put all the wood in place. Bots are probably going to go a bit mental now. And that one's wrong. There we go. So now you should feed in. Good. It won't take it very long at all. And then it's going to start the whole process over. So we've got a wood farm. We've got most of the basic electronic boards farm done now. We've got tin plate and glass and a couple more things going on that we need to deal with, but we've also got carbon dioxide. So maybe at some point we want to store the extra carbon dioxide that's not used up by this process. But when we get to that point, we can have a look at rearranging a couple of things. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Lots of complicated stuff going on, and please let me know if you want to see this kind of series, if indeed you're watching this part of the video. Yeah, so as normal, thumbs up. See you next time, and thanks for watching.